How's it going? This is Hoiman, and today we're taking a look at the excellent model Cure Blossom by MegaHouse figure. So for the packaging, you have a nice window display to see the figure inside. And that's the same on the side as well, so you can see into the figure, and you have a nice illustration of the figure as well. Pretty much similar on the other side of the box. The top you have a window to see through to the figure as well, and then the bottom is just pretty plain. And then the back you have nice pictures of the figure from various angles, and you also have some legal stuff at the bottom. And this is what comes inside the box altogether in its packaging. So looking at Cure Blossom's face, I feel that they've definitely captured the likeness of the character. Looks like her pretty much from all angles, and it's really well sculpted as well. The face is really well sculpted, the eyes especially are really nicely painted on, and they have a really nice glossy finish, so it really makes them sparkle against the light. The mouth is nicely sculpted as well, and then moving on to the hair, which is probably the most eye-catching piece of the whole figure. So you can see all the strands of the hair, so it's really well sculpted, and it's painted in a nice pearly pink color, and then you have darker and lighter tones to really bring out the strands and detail of the hair, and it adds a really nice touch and finish to the overall piece. And I especially like the fact that towards the end of her long hair, it becomes transparent. It's a really nice touch and really adds to the overall quality and feel of the figure. And it is a softer material as well, so you don't have to worry too much about it breaking. The ribbon on her head is really well sculpted and painted. It's painted in a nice metallic pink, so it really stands out from contrast to her hair. And that's the same for the flower as well. It has a nice glossy finish. Moving down to her torso, all the detail you'd expect is pretty much present. So the nice ribbon, like the one on the head, is painted in a nice metallic pink. And then the emblem of the heart is painted in nice metallic colors as well. And then the actual clothing itself has a nice pearl finish as well, similar to the hair. So again, it makes it really stand out and makes it really eye-catching. And because it's against the metallic here, it's a nice contrast as well. The shoulders are really well sculpted. Again, they have the nice glossy and pearl finish. All the way down to her forearms, you see the nice flower patterns, and then the wrist itself is painted in nice metallic pink. And then the hands are really well sculpted. You can even see all the fingernails are sculpted and painted as well. And then moving down to the skirt, you can see the nice flowery pattern, and again it has that nice metallic finish to it. And you can also see there's darker and lighter tones of pink just to make it bring out the detail and sculpt a bit more. And then I forgot to mention the back is really well sculpted. You can see the pink parts of the straps are painted in a metallic as well. So again, they really stand out, makes a nice contrast. And then you can see the transformation bag here as well. It's really well sculpted and detailed. And then moving down to her legs, again it continues the nice pearl and metallic finishes for her boots. Same for the flower, nice glossy finish. And then the heels are nice metallic as well. And then before I forget, these parts of the hair here, they're really thin, but they're made from a softer material, so you don't have to worry too much about those breaking off. So that's Cure Blossom. Let's take a look at the accessories. So first you do have her fairy companion, Shifri. Really well sculpted and detailed. Again, the eyes have a nice glossy finish, so it really stands out from the nice matte finish of her body. And you can see the details are pretty much all present. And then you have the nice metallic heart as well. And then for the back, you can see the rest of the sculpt work. And I do like the fact that the whole body is a nice matte finish, whereas the eyes, the heart and the ribbon gem here of the star is a nice metallic and glossy finish, so it really stands out from each other. And then finally you do get the base, so it actually has Cure Blossom's symbol here for the base, which is a really nice touch, and it's actually sculpted into the base, so it has a nice embossed feel. But I will say this part of the copyright does kind of stand out quite a bit, and it's quite visible on the stand, so it does kind of detract from a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, it's actually got some depth to the base, so it's actually got the kind of gem shaped around as well. So overall, it's a really nice looking base. And then you have this peg here, which is for where Cure Blossom attaches. And then you also have this long stand to attach Chiffrey. So to attach the figure, you just line up the pegs with the holes on the feet here. And then the heel part here also slides into this groove here. So you just line everything up and then it fits snugly onto the stand. And then next you take Chiffrey, and there's a slot here on the back of her head. And then you just carefully slide it into the stem here. Like so. And you can also position Chiffrey however you want as well. So that's how you assemble the figure. So my final thoughts are, overall this is a really nice looking figure of Cure Blossom. Definitely captures the lightness of the character really well, and I especially like the way they've done the hair. I really do like the metallic finish, and then the fact that it ends in a transparent tip is a really nice touch. And overall the pose as well is really dynamic, and I do like the inclusion of Chiffrey as well, and you can display them together. But I will say there are some minor gripes that I do have with the figure. So probably the biggest gripe I have is I actually used to own a previous figure of this figure as well, and for whatever reason on that older figure the hair part here became really sticky. Like it just felt really sticky to the touch, and I'm not sure if it's because the hair is made from rubber, transparent rubber, so over time it became really sticky and mucky. So for the moment with this one, it's not really too bad. It doesn't really stick or anything, but I do worry about over the long run if it will become really sticky again. So that's something to keep in mind of. So although it's a nice touch with the transparent hair, I suppose the rubber material used is kind of more brittle and delicate as it goes throughout the time. And I guess another minor gripe I have, and that's the part with her crotch here. So I personally don't really care for the fan servicey parts on female statues, but for whatever reason for Cure Blossom it's sculpted really awkwardly. Like there's just this really large gap in between her legs, and to be honest it kind of looks more like a crotch that belongs to a male. So I'm sure you know what I mean by that. But I mean, it's not really the main focus of the statue anyway, but I just thought I'd bring up the odd sculpt. And I guess a very minor gripe is probably the base itself. So because the pegs are made from plastic, I do worry every time you remove the figure or over time they might break. So overall I prefer metal pegs since they're more sturdy, but for the moment it seems to be holding quite strong, and because she's in quite a dynamic pose, it kind of does shift the balance kind of all over the place. So because she's only supported by one leg, it does make the figure a bit unbalanced in some cases, but because the base is so wide, overall she shouldn't have too much of a problem balancing, especially over time. So it's a very minor gripe, but again, I thought I'd bring it up. So overall, if you're a huge fan of the character or the series that she's from, then I can highly recommend getting this figure. She is quite an older figure now, but from what I've seen, the price of her isn't too bad. So if you can find her for a decent price, then I can highly recommend this figure. But that's my review. Thank you for watching and enjoy some pictures.